welcome Leo to your higher timeline messages. So we're looking into who are you on your higher timeline. So starting where you're at now, as you're watching this video, what is the shift, the next shift for you? Who are you embodying? And we're going to kind of dive into that experience, and there will be an extended. Okay, so if you're interested in the extended and this is aligning and resonating with you, that will be available in my Patreon extended videos only membership, and that will be linked below. So remember, this is collective in general. Receive what aligns, release what doesn't. Never give your power away to a reading or an outcome. Remember, you have your free will choice that shifts and changes your timeline, and you're a powerful creator. Well, let's get into it. So Leo, on your higher timeline, who you are is epic. You are epic on your higher timeline, okay? You are your own muse on your higher timeline. You are taking experiences and you're creating from them empowerment and inspiration, not just for yourself, but for others. You're reflecting on your journey, and you have so much material from your journey and value to share with the world. And you're finding the best ways to present that, right? To package that in your experience. We start out with the Ace of Wands energy. So intuitively as well, because we also have the High Priestess, you are aligned, okay? Your third eye is clear. You are excited about new beginnings. You know what aligns, what feels best for you. Many of you are clairvoyants, okay? Your clairvoyancy is, on point here, especially in situations with the Two of Swords where you feel like there's more going on than meets the eye. So you're definitely confident and trusting in your intuition. Then we have the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands energy. So you're magnetic, you're happy, okay? You're enjoying exploring your gifts or taking them to the next level. You're magnetizing. Some of you are like instantly manifesting, your desires with this Queen of Wands energy. I'm hearing you're very playful, okay? You're playful, you're playing with your magic, you're playing with your energy and different energy here, okay? But with this Page of Pentacles, also, you're quite balanced. You're seeing the seeds that you've planted start to take fruition, just like, in the springtime where we suddenly have the flowers start to come up out of the soil. That's something else that's coming through here with this Page of Pentacles. Some of you have been manifesting into a new pet, okay? So that could be something that's on your higher timeline with the Page of Pentacles. Those of you that are mothers and have children, your children are happy, okay? That's something else that's important, for those of you that have children and on the higher timeline, that's something that's coming through here. We also have the Queen of Swords, okay? So again, taking your experiences, learning from them, integrating in that wisdom, that knowledge, that experience, seeing things from a higher perspective, making logical decisions. You're more mature now with the experiences that you've had, so you can apply them. And you have this sense of foresight, not just intuitively, but also because of your integrated experiences. You can clearly speak, when it comes to your boundaries. You can clearly set boundaries here. You can speak your mind, right? You've also elevated yourself on this higher timeline. You've elevated yourself where not everyone can reach you. And it's really interesting when we get into like the love and relationships message. I feel like most of you watching this are either single parents or, you're single, you're not in a relationship or not a grounded one at least, because it's interesting what comes up in the love portion of this. But Queen of Swords, you're confident, okay, in your decisions, you're making logical choices, you're strategizing in a way that leads to success, okay? You're clearly speaking your truth. You're looking forward to the future and what you want to create and build. And then you have the Four of Wands. Okay, so on this higher timeline, you are really enjoying yourself with your friends. You're enjoying maybe going to musical festivals, okay? Musical festivals and, concerts and just exploring and living a human experience and enjoying it. Okay, some of you might have been very spiritual, and so you're kind of balancing that out here with that Four of Wands. This is also about what you want to establish, okay? What foundations you want to create. Some of you, maybe you're thinking about and exploring living a different type of lifestyle, right? You're thinking about living in like a yurt or, living in a van, or, just these different lifestyles that you feel you want to explore. That's something else that's coming through here. But the Four of Wands is a doorway to a higher timeline. So you're already, by clicking on this, you're already thinking about, okay, what's next? What's next on my higher timeline here, right? That's another message that's coming through. But with, again, the High Priestess energy, you're also very tuned in with your soul. You're very tuned in with the universe, okay? And I feel like with that Queen of Swords, you're very thoughtful here too. Okay, what's really funny is when we get into the locations, we have the zoo, wildlife conservation, zoo attractions, wildlife rehab. Maybe some of you want to create a wildlife rehab, work for a wildlife rehab, or you work at a zoo, right? So on one end of the spectrum, you want to spend it in a very grounded way with animals. You want to work with animals, or you want to be around, exotic animals. Some of you might be veterinarians, okay? Maybe you're thinking about that, or wanting to go to school to be a veterinarian, but there's this very instinctual, grounded energy with this like zoo energy coming through, okay? So animals are definitely coming through strongly for you on this higher timeline. Then we have luxury bouquet, or boutique, excuse me. Luxury boutique. We have dazzling gems, precious metals, handcrafted masterpieces, and jewelry, okay? So some of you want to be adorned, right? Or you want to adorn yourself. You want to wear jewelry. Some of you, perhaps you want to work at a jewelry store, or work with crystals, or work with gems. That's something else that's coming through here. Or just have that abundance where that's something that you can do. You can embrace luxury. You can shine as brightly on the outside as you feel on the inside. Like, that's something definitely coming through here, because I feel like on this higher timeline, you want to be able to spoil yourself, or you want to be able to, be invested in, or kind of spoiled here, especially when it gets, we get into like the love and relationship energy. Now, when it comes to the wisdom for the Wild Woman wisdom, we have remember the little things. So this is also you very much connected in with the energies that are around you, from an elephant to, if you're at a zoo, right, to a mouse, right? And having that compassion for all creatures, right? Some of you might be activists. Some of you might, speak out for animals, in this lifetime. That might be something important to you. But this is you remembering the little things, and not just like animals and nature, just being a very conscious being on this planet, right? But this is also you caring about those that society don't care about. This is you standing up for those that don't have much of a voice in this, in this world. This is you kind of being a warrior for either animals, or for nature, or for your everyday person, right? You care. You care a lot on this higher timeline. So let's see number 42. In a society that has you counting calories, pounds, money, and social media likes, be a rebel and count your blessings instead. Whether it's the gift of breath, the fur of a beloved beast child, meaning an animal, a pet, a blooming flower on the roadside, or an unexpected call from a friend, celebrate the tiny miracles in your life. Mice are often ignored, living most of their life in hiding, and yet they are little wonders of nature, inviting you to marvel at what is often overlooked. Take stock in the wonders that surround you. When we greet our lives with gratitude and celebrate all of its many splendors as gifts given freely, our hearts swell with appreciation, and Wild Woman rises. So you appreciate everything, okay? You're appreciating the blessings. You're living in this space of appreciation, okay, which keeps you at a really high frequency. So I can see you, Leo, talking to the animals, talking to the birds, talking to the plants, talking to the flowers that you're nurturing, right? You really are coming through with that wise woman, right? Energy, where you're taking care of, it's almost like Queen of Pentacles energy as well. Like, you're taking care of those around you, right? You're nurturing yourself, but you're also very much a voice for others too. Okay. And with that Queen of Wands energy, I feel like, you're also wearing brighter colors. Like you're very much more expressive, okay, on this higher timeline than you were before. You're also enjoying yourself. You're having a lot more fun. And with the luxury energy too, I do feel like you are living more of an abundant timeline as well. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave it. We're going to go into the extended. We'll get deeper into this and see what kind of wants to come through, as well as look at your higher timeline love life. Thank you so much for joining me, Leo. If you're leaving me here, I hope that this, brought you a lot of inspiration and value. And for those of you joining me on Patreon, I will see you soon. Take the best care.